What is up, cool kids? My name is Gavin, I'm That Cool Trainer, and we are here today for a quick channel update. And I know we're not that big at the moment, but I feel like it's still important to keep the people that do consistently watch my videos, to keep them in the loop. And there are some pretty significant changes coming to the channel, in my opinion. And the first one is regarding scheduling. At the time of filming this, I think episode 25 of Naturia has just gone up. I don't know exactly when I'm going to put this out, but I think, yeah, that went out today. And the Nintendo Switch comes out tomorrow. I theoretically could do an LP of the Switch starting in about a week. Unfortunately, because my computer, I bought it for reasons other than this channel, because when I bought it over a year ago. I think a year and a half ago, last October. When I bought it, I had no intentions of making this channel. This wasn't even a dream that I had. So, unfortunately, there's not an HDMI in port. There's only an HDMI out port, which makes it so that I can't really use things like an Elgato, because that only has HDMI out. But what I can do is use this little doohickey, which is what I used for my Wii whenever I put up anything with the Wii. It is not great quality. It is component AV, but I could use that because they sell cords that have an HDMI in and an AV out. They make them so that you can play things like a PS4 or an Xbox One on an older TV. I could do that. The quality will not be very good, the video quality. And it relies on me also getting a Switch, which is not easy. I'm debating, I'll probably ask Siri tonight at some point whether I want to go camp out at 6 in the morning until the local GameStop opens at 10. We have 2 GameStops in the town I go to college in, and I pre-ordered the Legend of Zelda that comes out with the Switch. I pre-ordered that. And I asked them, when did they think that they were going to have Switches in, because obviously I did pre-order it. And actually, I don't know that one GameStop was had it available for pre-order. But they suggested that I go camp out at the other one. So I'm debating about whether to do that because A, I don't have the HDMI to AV cord. I'd have to order that off of Amazon. But that's definitely a possibility, and if I do have that happen, and I think I've mentioned it a couple times throughout Naturia, but I've already started filming the next LP on the channel. So if that happens, I'll have to do some scheduling things, and what I think will probably happen is I'll finish out Naturia. Naturia will finish out. I think I filmed 2 more episodes. So I filmed up to 27 at this point. And so I'll let Naturia finish, because that won't be more than probably a week at this point, because we just have 1 more badge and the Elite Four, assuming we make it all the way there. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so we'll be starting an LP of Zelda, which obviously is not Pokemon. The first reason for that is I want to do a Switch LP. That's the main reason. And the second reason is that there's obviously not a Pokemon game out for the Switch. And I actually did some math, and this was before I realized I couldn't use an Elgato, but to buy a Switch, Zelda for it, and an Elgato is still cheaper than a 3DS capture card. All of that together. Not including the shipping on the capture card. because the only people that make them are in Japan, so I have to pay to either ship my DS out there, have them, well, the installation was free, but pay for the parts, pay for the shipping back, which is still cheaper. That would be like marginally cheaper than getting the Switch, the game, and the Elgato. But if I wanted to, which makes more sense this way, if I wanted to have them basically go out, buy a 3DS, install it, and send it to me, is much more expensive. And now that I don't think I will need an Elgato, I might get one anyway just to ease the strain on this, because this is technically a capture card. It's not a good one. It's really cheap and it'll probably crap out on me, but if it does, I can just get another one. Just to ease the strain on that. And I know I've said in the past, I mean, I'm getting rambly, which is what happens when I talk without like actual things happening, things for me to react to. And I've said in the past that I would rather put out no content than bad content, which I still totally agree with. But at the same time, the Switch is going to be so huge, and I see this as a very good advertising opportunity for myself. And also, I just want to do a Switch LP. That's really what it is. Whether it's great quality, as long as the commentary is good, then and the video quality is okay, then I'm okay with putting that out. See, what else? Streaming. I have decided I think I'm going to start streaming sometime in the next 2 weeks, probably. Just small things like, I think the first thing that I want to try is a Pokemon Red speedrun. Just because I've never done one before. I've read all about them. It's something that I've always been really interested in. I've watched a couple of them. I think they're really, really cool. Sorry, I just got a phone call from a friend of mine. Anyway, streaming. Streaming is something that I definitely want to get into. I'm not big enough for Twitch at the moment. So it will just be with YouTube Gaming, which I still think is really cool. Just because I think that's also a really good advertising tool for me. Because sometimes when I get on YouTube, usually around nighttime, usually around like anywhere from like 5 to 9 at night, I see random people that I've never even heard of before say, like YouTube advertises their live now. So I definitely think that could reach out to more people. And I just think it's a way to live interact with people. I know because we are so small, the first couple will probably just be tests for me. But there's still fun things. I won't be doing them solely on Pokemon, which is another thing that I wanted to point out. This will always, well, I shouldn't say always, this will, for as long as I can foresee it at the moment, this will always be what am I trying to say? This will, for the foreseeable future, be a mainly Pokemon channel. But with things like the Switch LP, if that ends up happening, with things like streaming, I will probably do non-Pokemon things. Like with Pokerim, that didn't turn out well. If things end up happening and I can do a Switch LP, that means I can also do an Xbox One LP. It'll be the same quality, which will assumably be not good. And I haven't even checked what mods, if there's any Pokemon mods for Skyrim on Xbox One. I could pick that up. I could just get to about where I was in Pokerim and just pick it back up. I would be totally fine with that. The reason I stopped Pokerim is because it was just giving me so many problems. The video quality was not great, and that was because my computer was also doing the work of playing the game. Which, playing the game and recording takes a lot out of a computer. And my computer does not have really the specs to deal with that kind of thing. And that's why I had to make the frame rate really low, I had to make the resolution really low, which makes bad content. And especially when you can't see my face on any of that, to me that makes it even worse, because I feel like being able to see me I'm really getting rambly now. Being able to see me, really, really just it adds something to it. Makes it more personal. All right, no, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, scheduling. I never got back to scheduling. The next LP, I'm not gonna say what it is yet. Did I mention what it was? No, I didn't. So I'm not gonna ruin it. Right now, I am assuming that I'm not going to be doing the Switch LP. Just for this assumption. It very well could happen. I really, really want it to happen. But right now, once Naturia finishes, I decided that it will probably be 4 days a week. I'll probably do it Monday, Thursday, Saturday, like I do now, and Sundays as well. And this game has a very good post-game. So I will really want to continue the post-game. So what I'll probably do for that is I'll make that the Sunday videos once. I mean, I'm talking about probably 4 months in the future by now. But by the time that LP finishes, I will do 2 episodes every Sunday for the post game. If the Switch LP does happen, what I will probably do is do 2 days a week of the Switch, 2 days a week of the Pokemon. And I mean that's all assuming that I'm still at the same or around the same busyness level, which right now is around midterms for me. So I am pretty busy. This week was so incredibly stressful because I had an exam and 2 papers. I basically neglected all of my research stuff, and yeah. So that's a little bit about scheduling. Something else I wanted to talk about, sort of regarding scheduling, is it may become more inconsistent. Over Christmas break, I was not very consistent with uploading videos because I did not have ready access to good unlimited Wi-Fi. I would either have to go to Starbucks, which took 6 years to upload a video. One time I did go to Starbucks once, and with the Wi-Fi here, it takes me about anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes to upload a video, and then to process a video takes about another 20. But at that Starbucks, it said it was going to be 3 hours just to upload, and then I didn't even see how long it was going to be to process because I didn't stick around that long. So that's why over Christmas break, every now and then I would miss an upload by 2 or 3 days. And that may very well start happening again just because my academic performance is really not where I need it to be. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I took 2 tests the last 2 weeks. The first one I felt really good about, and I ended up with C-, which is really, really uncharacteristic for me. In the class by the same teacher, that's the prereq for that class, the class you have to take before you take that class, and they're similar enough that they're like a sequence. In the class before that, I got an A-. So it's really uncharacteristic of me to get a C- in that class in anything. And in my paleontology class, which should be my jam, because that's what I want to do with my life, sort of. I mean, this is invertebrate paleontology, which is basically everything that is an animal or single-celled without bones. So bugs, clams, bacteria. What else did we do? We did brachiopods, which are these weird little... They look sort of like clams, and to someone who doesn't know the difference, they would probably call them a clam, but they're not. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of those. I like things with bones. But I'd examined that on Monday, and at least I felt good about the other one last week that I ended up getting a C- on. I felt good about it, and I got a C-. I did not feel great about this one. There were parts where I knew what I was talking about, and there were other parts where I didn't even put an answer because A, I ran out of time, and B, I just didn't know. So, if I felt good and got a C minus, I don't even know what I'm going to get in that class. So I definitely think that just due to schoolwork and life, I definitely think that the uploading is going to get a little bit more sporadic because I'm going to have less time to dedicate to recording. And I know it is relatively easy to just sit down and record for half an hour. That's not the biggest problem. It's all the editing and sitting down and putting in my editing software. For the most part, like Wi-Fi videos, super easy because there's nothing to them. It's literally just the video and sound and the outro, but the outro takes like 2 seconds to put together. When it comes to LPs, when I have all the GIFs, each one of those GIFs takes me about 2 or 3 minutes to do stuff with. Then I have to cut and edit the film, which takes a couple minutes as well. And then every little piece on there takes time out of my day that I probably should be using to study. I know that there are bigger channels, like the one I'm thinking of specifically is M&J TV PokeVids. Michael is an engineering major at a pretty good sized university, and he has almost 500,000 subscribers and puts out really great quality, great content videos. And he still manages to do it. So I theoretically should be able to do everything, but at this point in my life, I'm just not able to. So, long story short, uploads, I may miss an upload by a day every now and then, possibly up to like once or twice a week. But just know I'm not doing it because I don't care. It's not that I'm not paying attention. It's not that I forget. It's just that I have so many other things going on in my life that I didn't have time. And I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about today. Definitely keep an eye out for the Switch LP. If that happens, it will be happening within the next, I want to say week and a half. If I don't end up getting a Switch tomorrow, I will definitely be calling GameStop at least every other day to see when they will get one in. And then once I get one, I don't know. I'll still see how I feel about it. But that's pretty much it. I don't want to. This was almost a 20-minute video of me just rambling, which is never fun for anybody. Just know I really appreciate you guys. Anybody who sees this, anybody who watches my videos concurrently, anybody who will watch them in the future, I really appreciate you, and I really want to thank all of you for all of your support. Keep the likes coming; those are great. Keep the views coming; those are also great. Was there anything else? I don't know. I don't want to make this any longer than it has to be. So that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, please like and or subscribe. Follow me on Twitter @ThatCoolTrainer. And until next time, smell you later.